Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kickoff Week for the UFL. This time we're doing Week 1 predictions for the UFL. 4 games to go over, one on Friday, one on Saturday, two on Sunday. It is time. The UFL is back. And before we dive right into it, I want to quickly say if you're a new subscriber, we really appreciate it. Leave a like and comment down below your predictions as well. So let's get right into it. First game for the UFL, Friday at 8 o'clock EST. The St. Louis Battlehawks make the trip over to play the Houston Roughnecks. And this is a pretty solid opening game for the UFL. Maybe not what I would have scheduled as a kickoff game, but I still think it will be pretty solid all around. I do like what St. Louis has shown in the past with their roster, the construction, but when it comes to this new St. Louis roster, there is a few questions. My main question being, how is a 2 QB system going to work for St. Louis? Newcomer Max Duggan and returning Manny Wilkins are set to get get a quality amount of snaps in this game as a 2 QB system, but I'm just not a fan of how that would work. They do bring back the Hakeem Butler and Jacquard Pearson to be the main pass catchers, which I really like. Those are two really solid pass catching options. And obviously, Jacob Sailors is back as a main running back. So I'm not really worried about the offense, even with the 2 QB system. And I'm definitely not really worried about the defense because they bring back a lot of key pieces on that defense. And St. Louis is still going to be a really damn good team. My thing with Houston is they need to prove it to me. They need to show it to me that this is a different team than what they were last year, a better team than what they were last year. And this is a good time to prove that, as St. Louis can start the season pretty slow like they did last year as well and have done in the past. At the end of the day, I do have St. Louis winning this game. I just think that they are the better team, the better coach team, and I don't trust Houston enough to be this much better of a team than what they were last year, to where they're able to handle an opponent like St. Louis this early on in the season. So I have the Battlehawks winning. Saturday at 4 o'clock EST, the San Antonio Brahmas are playing the Arlington Renegades in Arlington for the second game of the UFL Week 1. And this is a very interesting game. This might be the closest game on the docket this week. And that's because Arlington was a team last year that, again, they just couldn't close out games, but played in a lot of very close games. San Antonio was a team last year that surprised me, had a really damn good defense and a pretty damn good offense alongside of it. But they're going to be looking different this year. San Antonio's have a new quarterback in Kellen Mond. This is his real first opportunity with this roster to try and do something. And Arlington has to change their defense around a bit, but they keep the same offense. It's a case of, I really like what Arlington's offense can do, but I know San Antonio's defense is going to be a tough defense to go against. And Arlington is a team that they just weren't able to close out games last year. San Antonio was able to come back in a lot of games last year. So I do have the Brahmas winning this game, but this is going to be a really damn good game and going to be a really damn good fight to figure out who's going to win Week 1. The first game on Sunday at noon EST, the Michigan Panthers are making the trip to Memphis to play the Showboats, and this is a good test for this new Showboats team. Again, last year they were a very methodical style of offense, loved to try and win the games through time of possession and trying to make it so their opponent has the little amount of possessions possible. It didn't work all the time. Hell, it worked in maybe 2 of their games, but that was their MO. And I feel like they're going to be shifting this year, and I would like it if they find a way to shift. But Michigan is a team that they're bringing back a lot of their talent from last year. And that was a team last year that was a really tough team to beat and put up a lot of great fights and was in the USFL Conference Championship. Obviously, a new starting quarterback is going to be there for Michigan, but Danny Edling was on the team last year and did get a good chunk of snaps last year. And he even started a handful of games due to EJ Perry being injured. So now, if he is the starter, it's not like it's a completely new starter to have to work with. If it's Rocky Lombardi as the starter, then that is the issue. Obviously, my other issue with Michigan is their lack of a reliable kicker, I feel. But I still think that they're going to be just fine. I do have Michigan winning this game. And it's very similar to the St. Louis-Houston game, where I just don't trust this new Memphis team yet because they haven't shown me anything last year that they can be a better team this year with some of the more, not minor changes, but with some of the changes they did make. And the main change that I need to see them make is their style of offense. So I do have the Panthers winning this game. And to wrap up week 1 at 3 o'clock EST, the Birmingham Stallions make the trip to play the DC Defenders in the nation's capital. This is a very interesting game, probably going to be game of the week, all things considered. Last year when these two teams played, it was a dogfight in a rainy Birmingham that came down to a game-winning field goal. And this year, they play each other right off the bat in the nation's capital. A very interesting game. My main thing with DC is, will Jordan Ta'amu play better than he did last year, be more consistent than he was last year? And can this defense keep up what they were able to show in parts of last year? Birmingham obviously is a really high-powered team. They're the best team in the UFL. Can they continue their dominance? They only lost one game last year, and that was kind of a fluke against San Antonio. So can they continue this dominance that they have, or are they going to come out the gate slow? I highly doubt that's the case. I do think Birmingham is this really high-powered team, the best team in the UFL and all that. I do have them winning this game. And I'm curious to see how Alex Mago is going to play with this roster. It's been a few years since he's played in spring football, being on the Packers practice squad the past few years. So I'm curious to see how he's going to be. If they're going to continue the 2 QB system that they had in parts last year, Matt Corral is back on the roster. And a lot of other key players as a whole are back as well, including that amazing running back room. So I do have Birmingham winning this game. All right, there you have it. The very first predictions for this UFL season. I am excited to kick things off. I do live play-by-plays for the UFL. Going to be going live for damn near every single UFL game. So I see you all for that, and I'll see you all next time. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.